In this clip, we're going to take a look at what happens when you start playing with Cognigy. So similar to the series we did with Zoom, we're starting our journey at Whole CX Consultancy with Cognigy. And there's a lot of e-learning for that, but what's really impressive actually is it's practical based as well. So as you learn, you build. I'm going to walk you through what we've built so far. It's fairly basic, but actually it's already shown me quite a few really interesting things within the builder for Cognigy. So my flow, it's just called main, but here I've got the ability to run through a flow. Comes in with a message or a module here that you play once. On the first time, you say what it's about. Afterwards, you give various different other points. So when you first go in, instead of you just saying hello and it not recognizing, you give a bit of context, and then you can add more around it. What I've really found quite impressive is that you can just move stuff around as well. So if I like something over here, I could move it into this node if I wanted to. That one there might be a bit of a disaster if I move it, but gives me an idea of things that I can move around. And at the moment, this one here is quite complex already. And the best practice is going to be that we move it into another flow, something I've not looked into just yet. Here we've got a lookup, so we're looking against certain intents. So instead of just having an if, which would be a yes or a no, we're looking up different intents. We've got a default intent here. We've got a couple that we've created as part of learning, one on baggage rules, one on baggage for if you've checked things. And what's really interesting is just building some of these out. So if I go through to this one here, this is a say node. I can expand this out. Really neat, really easy to do. I've got my gallery. I can add further cards if I want to. The imagery is interesting. Instead of uploading an image, which you see in the majority of builders nowadays, it's just URLs. So if you want to go and source images for free, you want to be looking at something like Unsplash, where you've got lots of rights-free images that you can utilize and just place the URL into. So these, for example, they've got Unsplash links and away they go. So that's a say node. You can test this out as you're building. I didn't have to do too much in terms of training it. I just clicked here, started to have a chat. If I say hello, let's remove me over to here for a minute. So I'm for all your luggage queries. Baggage and luggage. Interesting words to combine on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to say here flight status. One thing I keep meaning to do is I have a Stream Deck on my desk, and I got one because I saw a demo when I was at Zoom where they were doing a chat demo and they put all of their inputs into Stream Deck, so you could just click rather than me typing away. And as if you followed my videos, me flubbing the typing all the time. We say flight status then, you'll see it actually takes you to where we are within the conversation. You can see the path it's taken in green. I'll just cancel out of that. So we've gone once, we've gone afterwards, we've gone lookup, we've gone default. If I now go to carry on rules, you'll see it's now taking me along this one. We then were sleeping for 3 seconds, and then we're offering a couple of options. If I then say flight status again, really going to annoy this bot at some point. It's going to go, no, we do checked bags. Really easy to put some logic into this and to put various different settings in. I was able to upload, if I go to NLU, which is over here, these intents, I just created them. It looks like we can generate sentences. I've not turned on any of the AI yet on purpose. I want to see what I can get to without turning it on. But we also can put lexicons, and these were a couple of CSV files realistically. If I go to airlines, oh no, just rebuild that. If we go to lexicons here, this is where you build them. And this was all provided content by Cognigy, which just makes it work quite nicely. What you can also do is then start to deploy it to different channels. So if we go to deploy and go to endpoints, at the moment, I've just only played with, let's Get rid of that conversation. I've only played with Webchat, but I've got options here. So voice gateway, if I want to play with voice on this, WhatsApp. And the good thing about Cognigy is not only is it a leader in the conversational AI space, but it's also pretty agnostic. So 8x8, if you listened to episode 8 of My Favorite CX with Craig Geronda, you might have heard him talk about a story with Cognigy and 8x8 there. But it also works with Avaya, works with Ring Central, works with NICE. In fact, it's on Virtual Agent Hub with NICE, and there are a few other providers that are adopting it as well. So I just added the web chat, and it looks like this. If I say start conversation, what I was testing earlier on, I can say hi. It looks a little bit neater here. It's my flight late. Can't help me with that. So we'll go with carry on rules. And then it's going to give me those options there. I can scroll through them. On a mobile, I'll be swiping across there. I'm going to say checked baggage. And hopefully that is going to bring us. It's not. I'm just going to say flight status again. Can't remember what my intent triggers were for checked bags. So we'll just start that flow from a quick reply. We'll say yes. And that has taken a slightly different route than I was anticipating, which means I'm going to go back into it and troubleshoot it and work out what happened with that. And join me on a future video where we'll figure out what happened on that one. And thank you for joining us.